Up until now, in the modular buildings, we've always used the classic smiley face. That's the 2 dots and the smile, the one that you may remember from far back in the company's history. But for the diner, we really wanted to play up the characters in this model and really connect with the story that we're trying to tell. So we thought it was time to switch over to using more expressive faces than we've ever used in the past in this series. So in this model, we have the cook who's working in the diner. We have the waitress on her roller skates. We have the boxer training hard in his gym. We have his training partner, and you can see she's sweating a bit from all the hard work she's doing. And then, of course, we have our rock star, and he actually has a really cool new face in that on one side he has his kind of signature smirk, but if you turn his head around, you'll see he's actually in the middle of recording his new hit single. So that's a really fun thing that we can add when we add these new faces. And of course, we have the sound engineer, and she's the one working behind the scenes to make sure this guy is sounding really amazing every time he's recording.
Cool. I think that's really good. I think you got everything there as well. So brilliant. Just go again and see. Yeah.
So the biggest challenge in developing this model was finding a way to make this very new Art Deco style building fit into our existing street. Our existing street has a very old world feel, and we wanted to make sure that when we put this model that has a very new architectural style into the middle of that street, it feels like it's at home.
Cool. We'll go with that one. I think it's really, really good. Yeah. What are you especially proud of?
I'm especially proud of the way that we managed to achieve the look of the windows that are on the side of the building. We actually managed to build some sections upside down and then slot those into the model so that we can achieve a really small offset that just gives a really nice detail on the side of the building.
Yeah, could you tell us about the spiral staircase?
One of my favorite parts of the model is actually in the back of the model. We wanted to come up with a fun way to get between the floors, and so we actually built a really cool spiral staircase that uses some classic pieces like the 1x4 lattice fence piece to make this really nice spiral, and the way that the geometry all comes together to make a solid construction was really fun to figure out.
What did I?
My bad. Can you
see it?
Yeah.
Pick the box. I think it's really good as well.
Yeah.
And that's a short and sweet. It's cool. Yeah, so I'm especially proud of as a Lego designer.
One of the parts of the model that I'm especially proud of is actually in the back of the building. You can see there's actually this really cool spiral staircase that goes between floors. And we used some lattice fences and a Technic pin going through the center of them to create a really cool geometry that comes together in a very unexpected way to create something that's really new for the modular buildings. And it's really cool, I think, that that's even something so new as that is hidden in the back of the model. I'm especially proud of how we were able to build the sign for the diner. If you look closely, it's a combination of stacking and building sideways and using different bow shapes to come up with a really unique font that I think really calls attention to this diner on the street.
So we can work it through some.
Something I'm really excited to introduce in this model is actually a reintroduction of one of our favorite Lego colors. We could call it 107, but I think it makes a lot more sense to just refer to it as teal. And we've used this color throughout the model to really give it that fresh 1950s feel. We've used it in the walls of the diner, and then we've even used it all the way around the facade of the building. And we've introduced so many new shapes in this color that I think is just going to get people really excited to get their hands on it and not only build this model, but then also take those pieces and really start to explore what they can do with it.